Hi, I'm Sherry and welcome back to my vlog. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's absolutely beautiful out today, but we have got so much rain. It's just standing everywhere in the yard. So I'm inside today. I'm working hard. I'm doing just lots and lots of patchwork. You can see the mess around me here. I've been working hard all day at that. And I'll show you something that I did complete today as well. I just want to thank everybody for liking, sharing, and subscribing and everything with my videos. I really enjoy the conversations, the camaraderie on this channel. It just makes life more interesting, and I appreciate each and every one of you. I want to share some funny stories. One of them is, I've been looking for kind of a social experiment on myself, part-time jobs and stuff. And if you haven't seen the other videos, I went and I got one in a deli. It turned out really gross, so I didn't even pursue that one. And the other one is at a gun holster factory. Well, the last day I was there, they were like, we're going to be closed the next 2 days because we don't have any work. I'm like, how does this happen to me? So I don't know if it's over, or it's just, I don't know what's going on. So it just was very random. I walk in and they go, hey, did anybody tell you? And I go, no, nobody told me. She goes, nobody's coming in on Thursday and Friday. And so I go, okay, let me know Tuesday if I'm supposed to come in. I'm like, why does the world do this to me? So I've learned to just go with the flow. Things always work out somehow. So yeah, just about the time I think I've got something figured out, it isn't figured out at all. But in other news, some of you may know, I haven't put it in my channel for quite a while, but I love to play Minecraft. And I have a little tiny Minecraft channel. I'll link it down below in case you're interested or you think you might want to play. I really like the creativity in it. It's basically like everything's a block and there's a whole bunch of different blocks and you can just put them together in all kinds of different ways to make things. And you start out, you don't have anything and you have to go chop a tree and you have to make your home and get little animals. Like, it's just a lot of fun. And there's also the adventure side of it. There's monsters, you can beat the game, and there's so many things you can do in Minecraft. And I've played it for quite a while now. I did see one lady's channel. So you can make the game kind of whatever you want. You can play in creative mode, which there are no monsters to get you, peaceful mode. So anyways, but she used it. She loved quilting. And she used it to take the wool, because you can get wool from sheep in there, and then dye them different colors. And she just had the hillsides covered in quilt patterns. It was astounding. I don't have the link for her channel, but I did come across it once. She actually plays on her phone. The game can be played on various platforms. But anyways, I was really sad because my graphics card on my PC quit working. And so the graphics... the game was clear, but when I loaded up the software to record the game, then it got real blurry and it wasn't good enough quality to make videos anymore. And I was really sad about it. But I got me a new graphics card and I spent yesterday, a big part of the day, getting my graphics card to work. And I almost gave up on it. My son just kept encouraging me, and I almost sent it back because when I turned it on, the monitor would just give me this weird message, and not just a no signal message. It was a different kind of message, but I found out that it was just my monitor is also that poor, that awful. So I had to make sure that anyways, there's a whole thing I went through. I'll just leave it at that. But it is now working. I'm really excited about that. So I will link that down below. I am going to start uploading on that channel occasionally as well. I actually think I may do, because I have played the game for quite some time, so I do know, not like everything about the game, but I do know quite a bit. So I think I might start sort of from the very beginning, like if you've never played, tutorials, and do a series that way. So that happened. And anyways, that's going on. I'm trying to think of anything else. It's just a lot of crazy things going on. Oh, It's another thing that's going on. My life is just not normal at all. I have these two cats. I have a big electric fence that I keep the dog and the cats in. Two cats, two orange cats that my second oldest daughter, they just didn't get along with the cats that she has. So she asked me if I'd take them back. I said, sure, I'll just keep them here. Well, I decided to just let them on the outside of the pen with my other two cats that are on the outside of the pen because they just act like they always wanted out, and their main cat house is actually on the outside of the pen. So I thought they could use the cat house. They'll, after a little while, they'll all get along. Well, my cat baby, she's a tortie, and she has an attitude. She got so mad that these two cats were outside the pen, and granted, they're not the most normal acting cats. One hops like a koala bear, and the other one runs like a horse with his head high in the air. I don't know, they're weirdos. So anyways, she did not get along with either one of them. And she got so upset that she literally moved away. I don't know where she went for like 2 days. And I'd see her and I think, okay, she's probably getting along now with them. And then she'd be gone again. And I noticed she was losing weight. She wasn't coming to the cat food. I'm like, oh my gosh, she hates them so much. She starved to death and moved out. So I had to put the two boy kitties, they are fixed, but I had to put them back in a little holding pen area so I can, because I'd taken the area with the electric fence and shrunk it way down. And anyways, it's a whole ordeal. I'm still not done with it. I'm going to have to put a bunch of the fencing back up and go back to kind of the way it was. Or either that or say goodbye to my my cat baby. Oh my gosh. I've heard of some cats being one person only cats. Like, she does not get along. It took 6 months. Jack, our big orange cat that opens doors, he gets along with everybody. Like, he's the most easiest going thing. And it took him 6 months. It took her 6 months to tolerate him. She just doesn't like anybody. I don't know what's wrong with her, but anyway, she's got attitude. Like, if you pet her 3 times, like you stroke her and you start seeing her tail go like this, she's like oversensitive to everything. Then she'll just a little bite thing at your hand. She's just very different. I've had a lot of cats in my lifetime. She's very, very different, kind of sassy. I remember the first night I was afraid, she was just a kitten. I found her, I heard her meowing. First I thought, what is that? I said, it's not a bird. I opened my window, and out by my cellar, down in my cellar, was this little tiny kitten. She wasn't even quite big enough to eat cat food. I had to give her milk. Just all by herself there. I don't know if a mama cat came through and spooked off and she didn't get to follow, but she was wild. And, she's such an attitude. I don't know. Her mama probably wanted to get rid of her with all that attitude. But anyways, but she is funny too. She's like, if she was in the house right now and I was in doing this and she wanted out, she'd come at the door and ask me to let her out. She's funny. I like her. But I remember being just afraid to sleep at night with her because she was so unpredictable. I was afraid she'd just jump on my face or something. She would like bite my feet really hard. I had to wear my shoes. Like, she was totally unpredictable. She still is a little bit. So I hope to use up a bunch of my scraps, but honestly, it just looks like when I pull them out, it just looks like I have more when I'm done than I do right now. But then after you use it up. But I think I might try doing some themed. Themed is fun, like an all blue or a pink purple, and try doing that. And even if I just do sheets of it and then set it aside, then put it into a project. So, because I can't get the lids on my little shoe boxes anymore, so I got to do something. So I'm thinking about doing up some of those. I need to go thrifting again. I know I say that I got this whole studio packed full of things, but I need more shirts to work up. And I was thinking about doing maybe some things I don't have in stock right now. Very many of is the gardening belt bag things. And of course I need to make another video. I saw several of the upcycles with men's shirts that I haven't done yet. I saw several on Pinterest. I was like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, we could do that one. So I need to do several more tutorials on that. just lots of things going on. I'm really excited about my Minecraft channel. And, but yeah, that's pretty much it. I can't think of anything new. I still don't have my post office box. I need to get out on more social media platforms, grow my channel a little bit if I would do that. Another funny thing that I did, I needed some more reading glasses. I keep breaking, I've got these cheaper ones with a real thin plastic, and I keep breaking them. I've ruined several pairs now. So I was going to buy some from Amazon. It was like $13 for 4. And I was like, well, that's not too bad. I went on eBay and somebody, I kid you not, there was probably 25, 30 pairs of sunglasses with shipping for 20 bucks. So I've got gobs, and they're nice. Just gobs of reading glasses. The random things you find on eBay is absolutely astounding sometimes. It's not as good as it used to be. A lot of the sellers have left the platform because the eBay really doesn't protect the sellers as well as they do the buyers, so you get taken advantage of. It happened to me when I was selling plants. I sold plants on eBay for a while. It was a few years ago, but they're really nice pairs. I found some name brand ones in there, and there's quite a few in there. And sunglasses, they had sunglasses that had one pair of just regular lens, like there was no, I guess they were just so it looks like you have a pair of glasses on, and then there was a pair of bifocal ones, and just random things, but at least 20 or more pair of the reading glasses that I use. So I felt like I just really lucked out on that. I was like, yes, now I'll always have some by my machine. You know how it is, how you, like I noticed I would end up with them all in one corner of the house. I go get them and they'd all be in the other corner. Now this way I'm sure to find a pair somewhere. This is what it looks like when I'm doing patchwork. It is such a mess. This is part of it. The rest of it's over here. But I wanted to tell you, I did take these apart. If you just want to oil just this part of it, you don't have to strip it clear down. I had someone say, oh, it's easy. You just take the front parts off. Yeah, you can just for this head part. But if you want to oil or grease any of the cams and gears that's back in on the main shaft, you have to take the whole thing apart. And that's something that, like, you'd oil this part here pretty frequently, but this back in here, probably once a year. I need to get me some of that. It's called white grease. It's actually white, and that's what you find on the plastic gears and stuff. So I had this apart, and I was like, oh, shoot, I forgot to get the white grease. So I didn't take that one as far apart. I blew it out and just did more of the front of it. But they run so much quieter. I'm so glad I did that. So I did get that done. I was really happy about that. But yeah, a lot of uncertainty. I'm trying to decide if I should go look for a different part-time job. This one doesn't seem to be very secure. And I kind of wanted part-time to be that I know I had my base covered, and then all this was extra stuff extra. But now I just feel like I got my feet knocked out from under me. I thought, well, how strange. I'm back to ground zero. How did that happen so fast? And truth be told, if times get hard, like if these sanctions and everything, in the news, it's scary. If times gets hard, who knows whose job is going to be left standing? So I don't know. I hope you guys are all okay and surviving this whole thing okay. Should I get a job that's more stable, that's just not going to dump out? I mean, are they... And I had this feeling when I went for the interview that there was this sort of awkward silence about the company. And I can't explain it, but my gut feeling is that it's kind of on its last leg. That's kind of my gut feeling. I was telling my son it's like working in a you kind of feel like you're in Gotham City or something. Like it's kind of broken in a way, and kind of everything's kind of old, and like there's like this silence. I don't know how to explain it. Like they're just glad they got through that week kind of feeling. And I can tell by the way it's being run, they're not making any stock. There's no extra money. They're running it from week to week. So like anything could just take them out. And with these tariffs, I think that's what's hit them, is they probably get not probably, they told me they get a lot of their product from China, you know, the base materials. So, I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like it's just unless something changes that I'm not aware of, like it's not going to be there very long. And it's such a fun job too. Raise this up a little bit. It's such a fun job too. It's a shame. I'm really enjoying it and enjoying the ladies there. But I was counting to myself, there's at least 5 there that could retire, are at retirement age. One of them told me that she thought she'd just go ahead. The other one said, I think she's a year or 2 off, but her legs are giving out. She goes, I'm going to talk to my doctor and see what I can do. Like, they're just all right there anyways. And they've been with the company for a really long time. And I don't know. It'll be interesting to see if my gut is right. If I find out that they've decided to like close it down or just, and they told me around the COVID that they actually did, we're out of work for like 4 months. So I have a story for you. There was one really creepy thing that happened. I don't like to touch like fish, reptiles, or anything like that. But I was out in the chicken pen and there's this little toad hopping along and he's about this long. And I knew if I didn't catch him, the chickens, they'll just peck him to death. It's a very cruel way to die. And I didn't have anything to put him in. So I'm like, well, I don't have a choice. Either leave him to this horrible death, turn my back and walk away, or do something really gross. So it took me a couple of attempts. I picked him up with 2 fingers on his little backside like this and hauled him out to my garden and set him free. I was like, ew, ew, ew. But it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I catch them all the time in the pond, but I have a net and I'll just like flick them in to the net, sometimes like that. But I don't usually pick them up. So I did do that. Love catching up with you all. I hope you have a wonderful day. A tutorial should be the next video. I keep getting behind, but I had extra time this week because I didn't go to work for that one day. So hopefully I can get it out on time. And I will see you guys in that video. Take care. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, happy sewing.